Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, we are going to cover the current affairs. For mobile optimized ebooks, please install GKToday Academy app, and there you can get the current affairs in quiz format as well as in the easy digest format. And this is how you can attempt the quiz. For regular updates, please join our Telegram channel. The name of Telegram channel is GKToday YouTube. The link is given in the description. Now let's start. What is the name of operation launched by Indian Navy to repatriate the Indian citizens stranded in other countries? So two keywords are Indian Navy and second keyword is to repatriate the Indian citizens. So because of this COVID-19, a lot of Indians are stuck in various countries, and this Operation Samudra Setu is an operation by Indian Navy to bring back people, and the first phase of this operation will be associated with Maldives, as Indian Navy is going to bring back Indians from Maldives. Now, apart from this operation, recently few other operations were in news. Operation Sanjeevani was associated to IAF, that is Indian Air Force, and as per this operation, India provided essential medical supplies to Maldives. Operation Sealed is associated to Delhi government in its fight against Corona. Operation Twist was associated to RBI, and Operation Namaste was associated to Indian Army, and as per this operation, Indian Army provided support in fight against coronavirus. In addition to that, there was one more operation of Indian Navy. It was Operation Vanilla. Answer in comment box. This operation was associated to which country? Also answer, Operation Kaila Mueller is associated to which country? Garud, that is Government Authorization for Relief Using Drones portal, which was in news recently, was launched by which union ministry? So we have already covered this thing in yesterday's news segment, and it is an initiative by Ministry of Civil Aviation along with DGCA, that is Directorate General of Civil Aviation. And why this was started? For drones, that means in order to fly drones in our country, you need permission, and that process is a bit lengthy. Now, various authorities are using drones in this crisis situation of COVID-19. Therefore, to fast track the process, that means to fast track the approval process for drones for authorities, this Garud platform has been launched. Now, Ministry of Civil Aviation was also in news, as recently it started Lifeline Udan initiative to provide Lifeline Udan initiative to transport essential medical supplies. It was also in news because of Krishi Udan scheme. Now, recently the first ever drone census was conducted in India. Answer in comment box which organization conducted this first ever drone census in our country. Who has received the DST, that is Department of Science and Technology's Young Career Award in Nanoscience and Technology for this year? Right answer is Professor Saurav Lodha, and he is a professor in IIT Bombay, and he received this award for contributing in the development of logic transistor. What is DST? It is Department of Science and Technology. Recently, 50th Foundation Day of DST was celebrated, and on this occasion, a webinar was organized, and the theme of this webinar was Fighting Corona, Leveraging Scientific Research and Innovation. Now, DST was also in news as NCSTC, that is National Council for Science and Technology Communication, launched a program, YASH, and this program was launched in collaboration with DST. What is YASH? It is Year of Awareness on Science and Health, and this year the focus is on COVID-19. What is the name of campaign launched by Niti Aayog to ensure the well-being of senior citizens during COVID-19 pandemic? So the name of this campaign is Surakshit Dada Dadi Nana Nani Abhiyan, and for this campaign Niti Aayog has collaborated with Piramal Foundation, and this campaign focuses on the well-being of senior citizens, and this campaign is going to cover various aspirational districts. Now, what is aspirational district? Actually, aspirational district program was started in 2018, and it is coordinated by Niti Aayog with the support of central government and state government. Why this was started? It was started to transform those districts which are less developed or which are underdeveloped. Nigah is a new initiative with state government that aims to impart awareness among the family members of people coming from other states. So what is the background of this initiative? Due to lockdown, the migrant workers now started coming back home, and in order to spread awareness among the family members of those who came back home, the state government of Himachal Pradesh started this Nigah initiative. And as per this initiative, the houses of persons who returned from outside would be labeled, and the members of PRI, that is Panchayati Raj institutions, or the members of ULB, that is urban local bodies, will make sure the families of such members are well aware about social distancing and various other issues so that the transmission of coronavirus can be stopped. So this is an initiative of Himachal Pradesh government. As per the recent report of CMIE, that is Center for Monitoring Indian Economy, which area of country recorded the maximum unemployment rate after COVID-19? So as per this report of CMIE, the employment rates of India was 27.11% for the week that ended on 3rd of May, and in the month of March it was 7%. So you can see a sudden rise in the unemployment rate, and the monthly unemployment rate for April was approximately 23.52%. The report also highlighted that the unemployment rate was highest in urban areas and it was lowest in hilly areas. Now the logic is simple, because urban areas were the most affected because of this lockdown. Now the CMI is a think tank and it is headquartered in Mumbai in Maharashtra. Toman, which was in news recently, is the new currency of which country? So we have already covered this segment in yesterday's news discussion, and the country is Iran. So recently Iran parliament passed a bill, and as per this bill, Toman is going to be the new currency of Iran, and 1 Toman is equal to 10,000 riyals. It is important to note that Iranian economy is crippling because of the sanctions by USA, as well as it was hard hit due to coronavirus. Iran was also in news because of Noor. Noor is the first ever military satellite of Iran that was launched recently. Internet Sathi is a collaborative initiative of which multinational company with Tata Trust in India. So this is an initiative of Google and Tata Trust, and the objective of this initiative is to ensure digital literacy among rural women in our country. So for this initiative, Google and Tata Trust have collaborated. Now Google was also in news as recently Sikha Sharma was appointed as advisor of Google Pay in our country. Google was also in news as recently Uttar Pradesh government collaborated with Google to geotag the community kitchens, and Uttar Pradesh became the first state to do so. Google was also in news as recently Google Pay launched Nearby Sport initiative. Answer in comment box what is the objective of this initiative. Which global alliance hosted the Coronavirus Global Response International Pledging Conference to raise funds for COVID-19? So this was organized by European Union. Why it was organized? To raise fund for COVID-19 response, and USA as well as Russia did not participate in this conference. And the target set by European Commission for the initial funding was approximately $8 billion, and Canada was the highest contributor. Recently Canada was in news as it announced its withdrawal from Tokyo Olympics, and recently these Olympic Games were postponed because of COVID-19. Tokyo is the capital of Japan, and Japan was in news as India and Japan are collaborating for Mission Purvodaya. Pradhan Mantri Bharatiya Jan Aushadhi Kendra has started to accept orders for medicines on WhatsApp. Now this PMBJK functions under which union ministry? So these kendras functions under the Ministry of Chemical and Fertilizer, and recently these were in news as they started accepting the orders for medicines on WhatsApp and email. Now what exactly is this initiative? See, the Pradhan Mantri Jan Aushadhi Kendra was set up to provide generic medicine, and the stores functions under the domain of Ministry of Chemicals and Fertilizers. And recently a mobile application called Jan Aushadhi Sugam was launched, and this application will help to locate the nearest Jan Aushadhi Kendra. As per the recent judgment of Apex Court, which category of banks may be included under SARFAESI Act? Now what exactly is the SARFAESI Act? it stands for Securitization and Reconstruction of Financial Assets and Enforcement of Security Interest. So this is an act of 2002, and recently, as per the Supreme Court judgment, the cooperative banks which are involved in banking activities are considered as a banking company. Hence, the SARFAESI Act may be modified to include the process of loan recovery by these cooperative banks. Now, the SARFAESI Act allow banks and other financial institutions to auction properties when borrowers fails to repay their loans. Now, suppose a company named C1 took loan from B1 bank. Now, in case the C1 is unable to repay the loan, then under SARFAESI Act, this bank can start the process of auctioning the properties of this company C1 to recover its loans. Now, Supreme Court in its verdict had said that cooperative banks can also recover their loans under SARFAESI Act because they are also the banking entities. Long March 5B rocket, which was in news recently, is associated to which country? So it is associated to China, and recently it was launched, therefore it was in news, and it was launched from Hainan Island. So this island is associated to China. Now, one homework for you: what is the difference between People's Republic of China and Republic of China? Now, coming back to China, China was also in news as People's Bank of China. That means the Central Bank of China raised its stakes in SDFC from 0.8% to 1.01%. China was also in news because of its decision to launch world's first official digital currency. Who are the beneficiaries of YSR Matsyakar Bharosa scheme of Andhra Pradesh government? So the scheme is related to fishermen, and under the scheme the state government will provide financial assistance of rupee 10,000 to each fisherman family. So this would help the fisherman community during the lockdown period and during the marine ban period. Who has been reappointed as the chairperson of Parliament's PAC, that is Public Account Committee? So the chairman of this committee is selected from opposition party, and Mr. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary has been appointed as the chairperson of this committee. Now, this committee was formulated as a result of Montesquieu-Chelmsford reforms. It is important to note that after 1950, the committee became a parliamentary committee, and since 1967, the chairperson of the committee is selected from the opposition party. That means main opposition party. Now, this PAC is one of the standing parliamentary committee along with EC, that is Estimate Committee, and COPU. What is COPU? It is Committee on Public Undertaking. So these three are the most important financial standing committees of Parliament of India, and this PAC consists of 22 members, out of which 15 are from Lok Sabha and 7 members are from Rajya Sabha. So these were the important questions of today's quiz. Now we are going to cover important news. So first news is related to Flightbase. It's a drone automation company, and it has built Flight Now, and it is a platform that allows the seamless integration of intelligent fleets of drones with cloud-based applications. This Flightbase is a Pune-based startup that is funded by DST. What is Flight Now? It is a platform for the integration of drones with cloud-based applications. Next news is related to Iraq. Capital of Iraq is Baghdad, and recently Mustafa al-Kadhimi was appointed as the new Prime Minister of Iraq. In addition to him, recently DPS Negi took charge as a Director General of Labor Bureau, and it is under Ministry of Labor and Employment. Next news is related to COVID-19 Test Bus. Test Bus was recently launched in Mumbai in Maharashtra, and it was launched by IIT Alumni Council. So this test bus will reduce the testing cost, and therefore it will speed up the entire process without compromising the testing capacity. Next news is related to BDL. What is BDL? It is Bharat Dynamics Limited, and it is a defense sector PSU, that is public sector undertaking, and recently it partnered with IIT Kanpur to make large-scale ventilators developed by NOCCA Robotics. And this NOCCA Robotics is an incubated startup of IIT Kanpur. Next is PNB Housing Finance partnered with IIT Delhi to develop reusable PPE. What is PPE? it is personal protective equipment. Next is related to a book titled Vijayant at Kargil, the life of a Kargil hero. So this book is a biography of Veer Chakravarti Captain Vijayant Thapar, and this book is authored by his father Colonel V.N. Thapar, and for this writer Neha Dwivedi also collaborated. So this book is authored by Colonel V.N. Thapar. Next news is related to important days. So 7th of May was observed as World Athletics Day. It was also celebrated as Vesak Day. What is Vesak? It is the day of full moon, and it is sacred for Buddhist community, as on this very day the Lord Buddha attained enlightenment. Now recently Tarun Bajaj, who was appointed as the new Economic Affairs Secretary, has been appointed as the new director in RBI Central Board. Present governor of RBI is Shaktikant Das. Next news is related to IIT Delhi, as the startup of IIT Delhi, NanoSafe Solutions, has launched an antimicrobial and washable face mask, and the name of this face mask is N-Safe. Next is related to styrene gas leakage from LG Polymers plant in Vishakhapatnam. So this styrene gas is a colorless and odorless gas, and it spreads very quickly, and this gas is used in making fan kupa, fan blades and various other cutleries, and it is also used in making containers where cosmetic products are stored. So this leakage is from LG plant. LG is an electronics company from South Korea. Now answer in comment box which gas was responsible for Bhopal gas tragedy. Next news is related to Vande Bharat mission. So the previous mission of Samudra Setu was associated to Indian Navy. This one is associated to Air India, and it is a multi-agency mission to bring back the Indians who are stranded in the different countries due to this coronavirus pandemic. Next news is related to IMD, that is India Meteorological Department, and recently it started showing the weather forecast for Gilgit-Baltistan. Now answer in comment box, IMD is under which union ministry? Next news is related to Chaitrai festival. So this festival is a popular festival of Meenakshi temple in Madurai in Tamil Nadu, and it is celebrated annually, and recently it was in news. Most of the rituals and ceremonies of this festival were cancelled. Next news is related to Tripura, as recently Chief Minister of Tripura Biplab Kumar Dev launched an online portal, Mukhyamantri Yuva Yogayog Yojana. So these were the most important news. Now homework. So recently Union government directed various states and union territories to invoke Epidemic Diseases Act. Now your homework is to study the key points of this act. So these were the most important questions. Thank you, and that's all for the day.